Hi there, I'm Andy Hillier. Welcome to my YouTube channel. If you haven't been here before, it's 9 to 42. I know it's not the greatest name in the world, but I had to think of a name for the channel, so I just called it 9 to 42. Okay, so if you haven't seen my videos before, I do lots of guitar related stuff. In this video, I'm going to talk to you about some exciting gear that, well, stuff that I'm excited about for 2018. I can't pretend that I know lots about this stuff, but I'm just showing you stuff that excites me. So, let's have a look then. Okay, the first thing, some new guitars from Ibanez, the AZ Series. And they've got some in the premium range, but also in the prestige. And it's those ones in the prestige range that look completely awesome. Something different for Ibanez. They're kind of based around the sort of super strat-ish kind of thing. But they've got roasted maple necks, probably slightly chunkier necks. I haven't had a chance to play one yet. They've got standard normal type vibrato bridges on them, like a Fender Stratocaster kind of bridge, rather than the Floyd Rose. So they look really, really cool. And I've just seen on Facebook the legend that is Tom Quayle. He's having us a signature edition of that guitar, which looks really epic. And Martin Miller as well. Both crazily good fusion type guitarists. Tom especially is absolutely amazing. If you haven't heard him, go check out Tom Quayle, ridiculously good guitarist. So these are the AZ Series guitars. Something else from Ibanez as well, they've got a new tube screamer, which is called the New Tube Screamer, or New Tube Screamer. I'm not exactly sure of the name of it, but it's got something different. It's got the Korg New Tube technology in, which basically uses like a little like tube, like a valve, but unlike normal valves that need high voltages and high currents, this can run off 9 volts, so it can work in off like a battery, 9-volt battery, or a power supply, which obviously old valves or like normal like vacuum tubes don't work. You need like hundreds of volts, and it's meant to work like a valve or sound just like a valve. I've seen lots of like demos on YouTube, and they look and sound awesome. Well, sound awesome, doesn't matter what they look like. So yeah, it's a tube screamer, but perhaps just a bit better. And you can, it's got a control that you can go from clean, like a clean boost, and then you can bring it around to like an overdrive as well. So that looks really awesome. Next up, something from Laney. Now, I actually went to Laney headquarters in last year now, which was in 2017, and checked out a load of their amps. And one amp really like blew me away, so much that I actually got money out of my own pocket and went and bought one. Not that I needed any more amps, because I've got enough amps, but I went and bought this. So it's a GH30R, 30 watt, EL34, I think. Yeah, EL34's in it. 2-channel amp, but you can adjust the amount of preamp and the amount of power amp gain you've got, so you can really hit the power amp side, or you can hit the preamp side. So it's really, really tweakable. You can get lots of different sounds from it, but it just sounds great. It sounds epic. Great with pedals. I absolutely love it. I need to do some more demos videos of it actually and put them up. So that's my first thing from Laney. But also another thing from Laney, they've got the LA30BL. This is a 30 watt all tube head, built in the UK, hand built, dual channel, 2 EL34s. It's got present control, 3 EQs. And it's just a really, really simple 30 watt head, which would be perfect just to use with like pedals, which is what a lot of people are doing these days. Rather than getting the distortion from like a separate channel on the amp, they're using pedals in front of the preamp. So this is perfect, really on trend. I think they've done really well with this product. They've also got the 2x12 cab that goes with this, and it looks epic. It's got the 2x12, which are on like a diagonal, so they're not on top of each other or beside each other. They're sort of in a diagonal. The two together just look wicked. Hopefully I'm going to get a chance to go and play one of those. If anyone from Laney's listening to this, I'd love another invite up there. Another British company, Blackstar. It's their 10th anniversary, and for that they've released 3 10-watt amps. I don't know a lot about these amps, but each amp is based around one of their amps from their range. So you got one from the Artist series, one from the Artisan, and one from the Series 1. And they all use different valves in the power amps section, EL34s, KT88s, and 6L6s, giving slightly different vibes on each amp. But if you're wanting like a little 10 watt amp for home use, you could probably gig it as well. 10 watts on a valve amp, Class A I think they are. They'd be plenty loud enough for small little gigs anyway. On for a little pedal now. I was actually researching loads of pedals before Christmas. I wanted to buy myself something, and came across Wampler Tumnus pedal, which is basically a clon, which we all know a clon, epic sounding kind of boost for boosting the front end of your preamp. They sound great, but yeah, so they've got the Wampler Tumnus, and then they've come out with the Tumnus Deluxe, which is kind of like the Tumnus, but you've got more control over it. You've got separate controls for the bass, treble and middle. Looks really cool. I've heard loads of demos of these. It sounds wicked. So yeah, go and check one of those out. Wampler Tumnus Deluxe. Loads of really cool videos on YouTube about that as well. And my last thing, I've only just come across these. I've never really seen this before. And it's from Synergy Amps. And what they do is they have separate preamp modules that you can use alongside your amp. So what you do is you plug your guitar into one of these preamps. So it's got kind of like a caddy, and then you can put different preamps into the caddy. So you plug into the preamp, which is normally a 2-channel preamp, and then you can run it straight into the power section of your amplifier if you've got a series effects loop. It doesn't work if it's a parallel effects loop. If it's a series effects loop, and then you can just run either through your channel on your, like the preamp on your guitar amp, or you can run through the preamp on the Synergy. And they've got some really, really cool preamps. They've got ones based around JCM 800s. They've got them based around old Plexis. You can have it based around a Soldano amp. You've got Friedman amps. You've got Morgan amps. Loads of different preamps. So you could basically change your guitar amp into like a 3-channel or perhaps a 4-channel, if you've got 2 channels on your amp already, like a 4-channel amp. And it just gives a completely different flavour. It's a great idea. I haven't seen this before. People just doing preamps which you can select and jump between your preamp on your amp and their preamp. So it just looks really, really cool, and not ridiculous money either. It could be a great upgrade if you've got a valve amp already and you just want to like upgrade it, like upgrade the preamp. These just look really, really cool. Go and check them out from Synergy Amps. Well, if you've enjoyed this little video, if you wouldn't mind subscribing to my channel, which is 9 to 42. If you've got any ideas for videos for me, shove them in the comments section, or just any comments, put them in the comments section. If you could like this video as well, I'd really appreciate that. Thanks for watching this, and I'll see you next time.